What's up, premium chasers? I have made so many mistakes using the wheel strategy over the past 7 years. And in today's video, I'm going to show you really some of my worst ones that I wish somebody would have taught me about 7 years ago. Without further ado, let's go over the shoulder. So what are these wheel strategy mistakes that I've made that probably literally cost me tens of thousands of dollars, if not more? Before we jump into it, I want to let you guys know one lucky commenter down below will win our free option strategy call with me. Nothing to sell you here at all, just a one-on-one call where we can jump on and talk all things options. But guys, today's a good one for you. I wish somebody would have taught me when I started getting into this journey around 7 years ago. Listen, there's a lot to this game, right? Surface level, high level, we all can understand what the wheel is. We buy companies at prices we want and get paid up front for it. We sell companies and get paid for it, right? But there's like, the more you go down this rabbit hole, like the deeper it can get, right? It's just like anything, right? To become that expert at a strategy, you really need to like dive into it. So I'm hoping today's video just gets you up a little bit higher, especially if you're a beginner, right? That's going to help elevate your game a little bit better and be a little bit more thoughtful, right? Trust me, listen, like, I've had some great conversations already with you guys. Like, I can't believe, first of all, thank you, right? Everything's free. There's no $4,000 course. If you're sick of those people that, like, literally, I watch some of these channels in this space and they're just pitching like courses and workshops and all this crap. You don't need any of it. All right. You don't need any of it. You can learn this stuff for yourself. Go invest your $4,000 in the market. Okay. Just do that. You're way better off. Please stop. All right. So, listen, I've had some great conversations with you guys. A lot of you are beginners, like very, very beginners, and you're blinded by premium, right? And I get it. I remember it. Like, it was like, holy crap, I learned about the wheel strategy. I'm selling calls. I'm selling puts. I'm collecting premium. Oh my gosh, how have I not known about this my entire life? Like, trust me. Like, I know how you feel. Like, it's amazing once you learn the strategy, but you can easily make some crazy mistakes. Now, listen, the mistakes aren't going to cost you that much, right? There are mistakes you can make in the wheel strategy, right? To mitigate risk. But for the most part, like the biggest risk, right, in the wheel strategy, I tell people is like, okay, you got in at, you bought a company and now you're stuck holding it and running covered calls on it for a long time, right? And if you chose a company you love, like, okay, whatever, you're holding it for a while, running covered calls, right? Maybe collecting some dividend on it, whatever. Right now, if you're going into the risky stuff with companies that you just found out on Reddit or X or some YouTube video, then it's your own damn fault, man. Come on. Like, don't be getting financial advice from like a random person on X, all right? So let's go. Let's talk at the first one. First one, okay, this is going to take a little bit more thought for you, all right? But it's worth it. And that is trading during earnings week, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it, all right? Not saying trade. Don't have your options expire during earnings week. Why? Well, because IV just blows up during earnings week, okay? Especially if you're doing some of these growth stocks that I like to do, okay? Earnings week, the volatility is off the charts, which is going to impact premiums. If you're a little bit of a riskier guy and you want more advanced stuff and you're like, yeah, you know what, I'm fine, do it, sure, because the premiums during earnings weeks are juicy. They're the best during earnings weeks, right? Because there's so much speculation. No one knows what's going to happen. Everybody's excited, right? Like today, I can't wait to see what's happening with Robinhood. I'm very bullish on Robinhood recently, especially with their 3% unlimited cashback card. When that rolls out unlimited, oh my gosh. They're just going to take over. I'm very excited for that. But whatever. Besides the point. And Cisco, one of my favorite companies. There's a great earnings. But here's the thing. When you're selling your options, don't have them expire around earnings week, right? And don't have them expire the week after earnings week. Okay, the reason you don't want to have them expiring during the week after earnings week is because you're going to be dealing with something called IV crush, right? Like whatever. Like it just basically means IV kind of goes back to normal, but it really spikes downward. Okay, that's basically what it means. So you're kind of like, it's like IV spikes and then it goes back, right? Like, and it's just like, you don't want to be like messing around as a beginner around that time. Unless you really know what you're doing, I would avoid that. Okay, so if you're wondering what this website is, it's free. I have no affiliation. Just go to earningshub.com and then click this calendar tab. This should be up on your screen all the time. Like this thing is on my screen all the time. I have it up. It's on a tab. It's on my second screen. And this is something I regularly look at, right? Especially when I'm selling options. So
do use it. Like now you're taking yourself a little, you're educating yourself, right? Now you're like, okay, this adds another thing that I have to do when I'm selling my calls and puts. Yes, poor you that you now have to go look at earning, make sure your earnings are right. Now you don't have to. I'm not telling you what to do. Make your own decisions. All right. But it's going to help you out. It's going to help you out, right? You're going to see a little bit more consistency, and you're not going to have weird things happen. Weird things can happen during earnings week. For example, you can get assigned early, right? And what can actually happen is like you can lose, like for example, potentially, like let's say you're selling a put, right? Well, let's say you didn't really want to actually buy it. Well, you might see a huge spike down. You get assigned at like, let's say $100 price, but the stock dropped down to like 80 if you're using like one of these growth stocks, and then you're gonna beat yourself up over it. You're going to beat yourself up over it. Instead, you should have just had your option expire the week before earnings week, right? Just take the week before, even if it's not 30 days, it's like 20 whatever days. Like just take the week before, right? And you could have it would have been probably smoother sailing. Your option might have expired worthless, right? And you just would have, and even if you got assigned, you could still do your calls later. Your premiums would have probably still been juicy a month out because you would have avoided that earnings week slump, right? Or earnings week, Ivy crush, and like obviously the earnings week. And you would have just been off to the races. You would have been a lot better off. You're more thoughtful now, right? You're being a lot more thoughtful. Now, I'm not saying all those things always happen, but if you're in these like really volatile stock, the Teslas, Robinhood, right? Like SoFi, Palantir, like dude, like you gotta be ready. Like be smart during their earnings week. I can't stress this enough. Now, if it's like Pepsi, all right, like who cares? Like honestly, like whatever, dude. I'm totally fine if like that. Like I'm not gonna care as much. I care more about high growth stocks, like these growth stocks that are already volatile, and then just adding earnings week's volatility onto it. Like, come on now. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna do it. So, all right, avoid earnings weeks if you can, and then the week after earnings week. Let's move on to the next one, okay? This is one I wish I started doing sooner, and it really only wasn't probably till the last like 3 years that I was like, you know what? I'm changing my plan. It is okay to change your plan as long as you stick to the new plan, and it's worked out well for me. It is letting my covered calls get to expiration and not managing them at all. I don't even manage them at all right? Let me show you an example. Okay, so Tesla right here, you know, having a run up, obviously Green Day, we want to sell, get into selling calls. I'm just going to go to the trade options, sell call, and I'm going to go out, you know, we'll just do March 14th, 30 days on the dot. Okay. Let's say I bought Tesla at 330. I'm just going to use it as an example. Tesla, I got at 330, right? And I'm going to go out 30 days and I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I'm totally cool. I'm totally cool selling my Tesla shares at 365, right? And we would collect $1,015 for that, right? So we're going to go to our super simple covered call premium calculator, right? And we'll just say 115 just for the sake of this example. What is our strike of the option, right? That is strike of option. What did we pick here? Where are we at? 365. Right, we got strike of option is 365, and we're using as our hypothetical example 330. All right, we bought it at 330. Also, all these calculators and stuff, guys, they are down below or in our free Facebook group. Join in, vibe out. We're having some great conversations in there. I'm posting all my various ideas and stuff I have each morning, things I'm looking at, even when I'm taking a break. For example, today is CPI day. I don't do crap on CPI day. I don't do anything, and I posted that and a reason why. So it's a little bit more education that I can kind of like put out there that I really just can't shoot a video on. I guess there's not enough juice and substance. Even though I think there are strategies for CPI day, but we're not going to talk about it. So, all right, so let's take a look. Okay, so our premium return, right, on our shares, I'm looking at that as our shares. We're getting a 3% return on our shares. Fantastic. We're collecting that $1,000 upfront as premium. Fantastic. But look at this. The profit on the shares, $3,500. Add that in with the premium collected. It's $4,500, right? For a total return on a single trade of over 13%. But Pete, Tesla can run back up to 405. Tesla can go to 450. Tesla's going to the moon. Okay, let it. I don't care. Listen, you don't got gains until you sell. And I forced myself to sell. Listen, this part of my portfolio, I don't care about anything. I don't care about your noise. I don't care about your FOMO. I don't care about anything else, anything besides one thing, and that is sticking to my plan. Two things, and making gains. All right, that's all I care about. That's the only thing I care. Stop with the hypotheticals. All right, I can't do it. I can't do it. So many people have commented, especially on my TikTok guys, like awesome, right? I love it. I love arguing about this in ways too. I don't want to, it's not arguing. It's just like everybody has their own strategy and that's fantastic. Look, if you don't like doing this, then do your own strategy. I'm just sharing what works for me. What do you want? What else do you want me to share? You want me to just not share what works for me, right? And just like make something up, right? Like that because it works for you and just change my entire strategy because you have had success with another thing? No, power to you. Fantastic. What works for you works for you. Like totally fine. Me, I want to lock in gains. I want to lock in profits. Listen, if I love Tesla, I love it, love it, love it, believe in it. It's going to the moon, skyrockets, whatever. I'm putting that in my monthly buy portfolio and I'm letting it sit and I'm buying a little bit every week or month or whatever I decide. And I don't do covered calls or the wheel strategy on it. Okay. Simple. Okay. So this, I don't care. I don't care if Tesla ran. It's back at $400. It's killing it. It's crushing it, right? And I had to sell it at $365. I don't care because guess what? I got something you don't got. I got real money. Okay? I got appreciation sale. I got premium. All right? While you're just now having it at 400 plus, you didn't make any money yet. Look at this. Look at Tesla. You didn't make any money yet. You don't make any money till you sell. I don't care what you say. You literally don't make any money till you sell. All right? Look at this. Boom, you're down. You were at 438 and now you're down here. Just as easily can happen. That's why Tesla's awesome because you can do these kind of crazy moves and stuff that happens. But besides the point, listen, I bet a lot of you whatever you want to call yourselves, right, are probably really sad that you're stuck at 438 and you're probably going to be sitting on that for a long time. Right? When instead, you could have been doing cover calls, you could have been doing your cash secured puts, collecting premiums on both sides, exiting your positions for a profit. Dude, like, please, can we stop this? Since when is locking engaged something people are upset about? I can't believe it. We live in a strange time, folks. Let's go into our last one. And that is managing my cash secured puts a lot better. Cover calls, let them go. Let them ride, baby. Cash secured puts, selling my puts. I'm managing these and I'm getting it in and out of them as quickly as I humanly possibly can. I will usually automate this process. I will automate this so it immediately closes out my position for me. I'm not a very big Robinhood user, but on Charles Schwab, which is mainly what I use, I could just set it automatically to close when I locked in my 80% profit. I don't care about that extra 20%. I will give back 20% of that premium to free up my collateral and make my money. All right, let me show you what I mean. Guys, I go off sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I swear it's like that when my wife is dropping the girls off at school and no one's home and I don't have to worry. I'm just going crazy here in my office. All right. So I'm selling a put, and then I'm going out 30 days. Where are we at right now? I hope you guys like this stuff. This is just so fun for me to talk about, and there's always stuff changing. That's why it's so cool. Like I love it. I'm trying to do more update, like live stuff as quickly as possible. I'm just trying to like organize my own schedule for this. All right. So all right. Selling a put. Let's say next month, 30 days rolls around and you are totally cool, buying Tesla at, we'll just use very easy numbers here. Let's just do 305. Actually, let's just do, 305. Let's just do through 305. All right. That's a big damn move anyway. So we're collecting $835 in premium. Let's go to our super simple man's premium calculator. Boom. Let me close this out. Again, all of these are inside of our Facebook group. Everything is free. 835. What is our collateral here? See, this is a big boy one. I don't want you guys to be off put. The strategy works for any company, but you would obviously need a lot more money if you're doing this on a Tesla. So you would need $30,000. $30,500 in collateral. Your return is 2.74%, which is fantastic, about 3% monthly return. I am fine with annualized 32%. It's actually a little bit less because we're at 30, so we're at a 33% return annualized, 2.74 on the month on our money. And this, I just have this section if you're buying more than one contracts and you want to see it for yourself. So what do I mean closing out your position? Listen. It's not that complicated. Literally, here's a calculator. Listen, I'm not a super smart guy, right? I just know how to stick to plans and do some very deep research on things. Okay. So, okay, all you have to do is go to this calculator if you really want to see this, and you're going to say, what is 20%, or actually we can even do this. What is 80% of 2 or 8? Guys, I'm still recovering from the Eagles one, I think. 835. 835. And then you're going to click calculate. $668. Okay? $668. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to clone this little thingy. And then I'm going to do oh my gosh. What have I done? What have I done? I'm sorry. Hold on. Why are you not copying? 668. I'm just gonna write it in. 668. Boom. Okay. And let's say that happened in 14 days. We'll just do 14 days. Okay. I would close out this position. Okay. So to make this very simple I'm going to take this calculator. I'm going to say 835. I'm going to do it minus 668. Right. $167. Okay. Full circle. What am I doing here? Okay. What I'm saying here is I'm willing, let's say 2 weeks from now, Tesla, is crazy. I've gotten in and out of Tesla in like 3 days sometimes. I've heard, it's not uncommon even to get it out in a day with some of these moves that it's been making. So with Tesla, right, let's say 2 weeks from now, something crazy happens, like they just blow up. It's at like $400, right? That basically means that your options is basically starting to be worthless, right? This contract that you got right here, right? Because the market's saying like, hey, it's not dropping down to no 305. It's basically time is in your favor, and it's basically expiring, it's losing value, right? So what the market's going to tell you is going to say to you, hey, you know what? Give us $167 today, right? And we'll call it even. All right? We'll call it even. We'll free up your collateral. You can go run the play, the puts, and sell puts, and keep doing your wheel, and keep running the play. I do that. I say yes to that question only if these numbers make sense and I've collected at least 80% of my premium, right? So that means I will have to give the market back, right? $167, right? And I would be a buyer in this code. So I'm buying to close, it's called. I got to go over those terms on this channel. I'm sorry, right? So when you're selling an option, you're doing a sell to open, and then you become a buyer on the other side. Buy to close. I'm not going to do it right now. But yes, you are essentially buying your contract back. Essentially, you're buying to close it is what it's called. Okay, so you're paying $167 back of that premium of this $835 that you got, which will leave you with $668. It will free up your collateral, and you will make 2% on your money, right? Your expiration date, I just put it at 14 because we were just using this hypothetical example that this happens in 2 weeks, and your return will be 57. I like it. An easy way to do it, if you genuinely don't want to do this whole 80% thing or whatever brokerage you're using doesn't let you kind of automate it, as long as your annual return is higher, to me, I'm doing it because I want to. With cash secured puts, my goal is I want to free up capital as quickly as possible to then run the play on other things. There's always opportunities happening out there. Always opportunities happening out there. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, hit follow. If you have any questions at all, drop them down below. If you don't have anything else to say, just say something because it's going to get you entered into a free option strategy call. Join our Facebook group. That's where I'm posting stuff basically every single morning. I come into my office and I'm just start looking at what my moves are going to be for that day, if any, and I post them right in there. It's all free. I'm here to help you guys out. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I will see you tomorrow.